So I know you mentioned you had 7 years of depression. I'm sorry I didn't know that before. Just keep that in mind, everyone. You don't have to answer any question if you don't feel comfortable to. But I do want to get to know you, get to know your situation, understand what caused the difficulty you're going through, and hopefully I can help you here. And the people that's on my channel, hopefully we're all gonna be here to be able to support you. Okay. I'm not sure how old you are. I assume you had it starting when you were younger, right? So could you give me some background on what exactly caused it, or nothing really triggered it and you just started to feel depressed? Can you give me some background here? Life. That's a good summary. Okay. So is this sort of event in life that happened, or is it certain people? I'm not blaming anyone. That's good. That's good. You're kind. I understand. I don't want to, you're not blaming anyone, you know. But first of all, I would say don't blame yourself for anything. Okay, for what you're going through. I think depression, the number one cause of it, is people blaming themselves. Okay, for just having depression. If something happened, if just people can hurt you without intentionally hurting you, right? So you're not blaming anyone if you just tell me, like, this person did this, even though they didn't mean to hurt me, but I got depression because of it. You know, that's not blaming. That's just stating the fact that caused you to have depression to start with. You know, how did you start your depression? And then what caused it for it to be still there? Because 7 years is a long time. Did you ever talk to any mental health professionals? I'm not talking about regular doctors. I'm talking about mental health professionals. So just in general, I think there's definitely a stigma about any mental health issues. It's harder for me personally several years ago to reach out to professional for help. You know, it's even difficult to talk to your family or your friends about you're just feeling down, you know, because from what I've heard so far, a lot of us don't want to have this mindset where we don't want to bother other people with our problems, right? So we might vent about something for a little bit, but then it gets old. We don't want to keep talking about it if it still bothers us, right? For long term. So let's talk about long-term depression or long-term mental health issue here for a second. So when we don't want to bother our family or friends, okay, or people that we know, that's very normal. We don't have to. But I do think we should start with talking to each other, to strangers on the internet, you know. But before we open ourselves up, we need to make sure it's a safe place to talk about your problems, because there's a lot of people, trolls, and a lot of insensitive people on the internet where you will open yourself up to them and they will hurt you. Okay, they will blame you for your problem, make you feel worse. So don't do that. Don't open yourself up to anyone until until there's trust between you and that person. Okay. If we don't want to talk to our family or friends about our problems, that's cool. That's okay. But find a community that's supportive, that's positive, that know mental health at least. Okay, you want to have at least someone that's in the community know what they're talking about, instead of just a bunch of people venting. Okay, because sometimes people can give advice that's well-intended. They want to help you, but that can actually hurt you more. Okay, so don't take advice from anyone, including myself. Okay, nothing I say is 100% like definitely gonna work. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try my best to help you with the knowledge I have. So, like I said, first find a community like us or any other mental health community that's not toxic. By toxic, I mean any negativity, any bullying. That's not allowed. I don't want to police my chat or my Discord channel. You know, most of us are adults here, okay? So I want us to be free to talk about whatever fun stuff that we talk about. But one thing, the number one thing that I will not allow is bullying, okay? Bullying, negativity, just calling people out for nothing, okay? Not gonna allow that. So that's the first step for people that feel struggle to open up about their problem to others, okay? So find a community like that. The next step, I would say, is to talk to your family because they're your closest support, okay? I know, especially older generation, our parents, grandparents, they might not understand mental health, you know, because a lot of us, including my own parents, grandparents, it takes a long time for us to tell them this is a actually illness, okay? This is not something that's just in our head and we can just stop thinking about it and we'll be fine, okay? So for a family, definitely let them know you're struggling. But if you feel like you just can't get the message across to them, they just don't understand, they just think you're just being a baby, okay, don't stop talking to them because they're not going to help you. One day, hopefully they can understand, but start with the community, start with your family, and then I'll go over the next step after I read this comment, okay? Every time I watch Boruto, I get angry. Hey, how about we talk about some anger management here? What do you guys do when you feel angry? I'm curious. Like when you're really angry. I'm not talking about just getting annoyed, you know? Just getting upset, you know, I'm talking about pure anger. Like when you want to break something. Okay. Yesterday, there are a couple of people that talk about self-harm, which I have to say, don't ever do that. Okay? If you ever feel so angry at something or yourself, break something. Okay? You can throw a cup on the ground, but do not ever hurt yourself, is what I'm saying. And also be cautious when you're breaking things. Don't hurt yourself while you're breaking things. Austere said, go to gym or start full mayhem. Yes, like Austere said, if you're angry, go to the gym. Okay? Go somewhere where you can get your adrenaline, you know, running or out of your system, or to go mayhem, but stay safe with whatever you're gonna do to let your anger out. Don't let it sit there. When you say those moments that you just see red, are you saying you're so angry that you feel like your blood is boiling and you feel all the physical sensations of anger and you just can't control yourself, losing control? Is that what you're referring to there? Well, usually so angry that you have to unleash it. I totally understand. I have moments like that, to be honest. I totally understand. And let's talk about that, okay? In real life, it doesn't go that way like the movie, you know? Like in the movie, if the tough guy have a wound and just start pouring vodka on his wound, in the movie or show, you're gonna see the guy being, and then just like still tough, you know? That's a movie version of it, okay? Here's a real life version of it. My friend cut his leg, this big of a wound. I can see his flesh, okay? Almost bone. He poured alcohol on his leg and he immediately went, ah! Like he's just saying so much. Like it hurts so much, okay? I'm sorry, it's very sad. But just for a lesson here, please don't do stupid things like that, okay? You can be angry. The lesson here today is to do not hurt yourself, okay? Don't try to be cool, okay? Don't do that, okay? So gladly, he gets stitches on his leg. And we're able to get him home and all calm down and stuff. But the next day, his doctor, his friend, he has a friend who's actually a doctor, called him and just check on him to make sure he's okay. because we were worried that he's going to take his own life that day. But anyway, his doctor friend told him and us that thank you guys for taking him, forcing him to the hospital. Because with that big of a cut, and that he poured alcohol on his wound and screamed and still throwing things on the ground with refusing to go to the hospital, okay? If we didn't force him and take him to the hospital that day, he would have to get his leg removed, because otherwise the infection could have killed him. Okay. So now let me read the comment real quick and while we talk about rage and anger. So I just want to tell this story because it is the one time that I witnessed someone actually hurting themselves that bad, okay, while they're feeling out of control. And I'm glad that we helped him get to the hospital so he doesn't lose a leg just because he was angry, okay, guys? So I know some people yesterday talked about self-harm. Just don't do it, okay? What make you broke 13 keyboard? I hope it's not one time, because everyone only have one keyboard, I assume. So what made you break 13 keyboard? Just tell us one story and hopefully we can help you here, okay? Because I have idiots in team. Okay, so you said you broke your keyboard, so I assume you were game raging. Is that what you're doing? I understand that. I might actually be the idiot in your team if you play game with me and we're trying to shoot something because I can't aim. For example, PUBG. I play several games and I think I only killed 2 people total. So I understand how guys can get frustrated with games. Yes, if your teammates is not doing what you need them to do, I can understand the rage for sure. But yeah, try not to break keyboard, right? You can break something that's not really, like for example, like break something like this, a bottle, right? Where you don't need it for later. Because the minute you break your keyboard, and monitor, okay. So the minute you break your keyboard and monitor, the next day or just a moment later, you're gonna be mad because you're gonna not have a monitor and keyboard to play a game, okay? Just saying, break something else that doesn't hurt yourself or your floor, okay? So whenever we feel angry, right, it's a chemical thing, right? It's in your body, it's a chemical thing. So I think breaking something is fine if you don't have other way for it. Like Austeria mentioned before, okay? When you're angry, go to the gym or get a punching bag. If you have to, punch a pillow or something. Do something that's not harmful, but to release your anger, okay? Some people, they can just scream, okay? Do that. And let me know if this relates to you, okay? Because from all the people that I've talked to, this is a very common thing. You think you should know better, okay? If this bad thing is happening to me, or if I'm feeling bad in the moment, it's my fault. Because I should know better. I should stop it from happening, or I shouldn't feel bad anymore. I should only feel bad for a little bit. If I feel bad for a long time, it's my fault. Okay, I think that's a common theme or psyche for a lot of us here, that we blame ourselves for our problem. Okay, so that's what leads to anger. Okay, anger is actually a good emotion. Okay, so there are negative emotions and positive emotions. So let me just talk about that real quick. Okay, so a lot of us think being happy is a positive emotion, but anger is not. No, anger is actually a healthy or good emotion. Okay, anger is a sign to you that something is not working here, something is wrong. Okay, so when you feel anger, that's very normal. Okay, what's the actual negative emotion? The actual negative emotion are hopelessness. Okay, when people that have depression here, okay, including myself, if you feel hopeless, okay, you don't want to do anything, you don't have any energy, you don't have anything to look forward to, that's the actual negative emotion. Okay, and then so kind of keep in mind, when you feel angry, don't feel bad about being angry. that's a total normal reaction, right? For something bad to happen, if a crime happened to anyone, right, or to our family, feeling angry is very normal. If we don't feel angry, that's not normal, right? Black Ops campaign, I think I was near the ending and the game crashed. I reopened the game and no autosave. Okay, that sucks. I understand. But I don't know. I think that's just gonna happen. It's just like with other things. Just restart. It's okay. It's okay that you didn't save. Like even if you're typing up your homework or whatever, or your work stuff, if it didn't save, that's fine. Just restart. But what if you feel constantly angry and there's nothing you can find? Why? That's interesting. Let's dig deep into that one, shall we? Because that's very interesting. And I think a lot of people, including people that I know, feel that way, okay? So when you're feeling angry, what is on your mind? You're feeling angry or on edge? Because those are very two different type of feelings. Sometimes people, especially for guys, you're taught to not really talk about your problems, not talk about your feelings. So for a lot of people, including myself before that, we have a hard time identifying a lot of different emotions, right? The obvious ones that everyone knows: happy, angry, sad. Those are the three that probably people will use, right? But for emotions, there are just so many different emotions, and depending on what exactly you're feeling, and we're gonna try to get to that to help you identify what you're actually feeling, right? So depending on what you're actually feeling, then we can see what is causing that, and hopefully we can do something about it to stop it. Like I want to scream my lungs out or kill certain people. I understand. So that's called rage, okay? My assumption is your anger comes from some people that did something to you, okay? You don't need to mention the name, but when we're angry, we don't just want to kill anyone, okay? We don't want to hurt anyone. So when you say certain people, I assume that anger is from those certain people who did something to you, that hurt you or upset you or wronged you. That's why you just feel pure hatred towards other people without them hating you, or they hate you and you hate them too. Because depending on what you're actually feeling, we're gonna address that differently. Yeah, in a way, I hate certain people who hurt me and don't even care about it. That is very normal. Okay, that's very normal. They hurt you, okay? So you hate them. That's fine. Okay? Just don't do anything bad to them is all I'm saying, because that's not going to help you feel better, trust me. But feeling anger and wants justice is very normal, just like how we talked about yesterday, right? There are moments that I feel no sympathy, and those moments I'm really killed without hesitation. Revenge, yes, because we all have been there at some point, okay? I understand those moments. You know why you feel that way? I'm going to tell you why, okay? And this might be hard to hear. You feel that way because you felt helpless, which I said, helpless and hopeless are kind of the two pure negative emotion that's worse than anger. Anger just shows there's something wrong, okay? Anger is a healthy emotion that everyone should have. Helplessness and hopelessness is what gets you depressed and other mental health issues. See what I'm saying? You are feeling that way. You want the revenge, or I would put it in a term as justice. Justice is what you want. You're angry, you want justice, okay? You think hurting people or killing people or whatever gonna bring you justice. That's what you're saying, okay? It's not that you just want to go out and hurt other people. It's only towards the people that hurt you. So that makes total sense. I'm sure everyone in their life have at least someone, one person, or hopefully just one person, might be a group of people that hurt them. And then you definitely have, these are called fantasies, okay? Angry fantasies. You can have the angry fantasies, just don't act on them. Because when you act on them, that just make you just like them. You know what I mean? You're better than that. I know you. We help people, so I know you're better than that. So it just means you felt helpless. You feel like there's no justice done because people hurt you and nothing is happening to them. You fantasize, okay, so you can hurt them back for revenge or for justice. That's normal. That's not bad. But if you act on it, then that's not good. You see what I'm saying? So you can have all the fantasy, all you want, okay? That's actually a healthy way, but unleash it in a good way. Don't go down to their level. Thank you for pointing that out. I totally agree with that, and I respect your insight on that. I felt the same way. Okay. I feel like it's still sitting with me. You just feel like how come there's no justice and you feel angry. But if you do something bad, you can tell them, you can report them to your management or to school, you do the proper thing. But if you go down to their level and do their thing, then you start the cycle of revenge or anger. It's not going to help. It's not going to stop. You know what I mean? I believe in how the universe works, or there are certain rules that just work. Okay, with people, just trust that for people to be ugly to you or anyone, they have their problem to deal with. Okay, if they are pleasant people, okay, if they're good and kind people, meaning if they have a good life, they wouldn't be going around bullying people or hurting people. You see what I'm saying? So for people to act in a bad way to anyone for no good reason, okay, if you just didn't do anything to them and they just straight out being nasty to you, rude to you, bully you, that means they have a bad life. And that is their life. Unless they change to become better people, which usually they don't, because they just surround themselves with people that enable their behavior, okay? People that they can bully or people that suck up to them and don't call them out on their bad actions, okay? Trust me, those people have miserable life, and you just let them have their miserable life, okay? Let the universe law do its work. Kind of like physics, okay? There's certain things that won't change. Gravity is a thing. So when I say universe, trust the universe, I'm talking about things like gravity, things like how there's some set rule in the world that doesn't change. And that means for people that are ugly to other people, nasty to other people, just trust that they have a bad life. They're miserable. That's why they try to put other people down. Just let them get punished that way. Let them suffer in their life, okay? That is your justice. You won't see it. Those people are too proud to share their problem, okay? They want to seem like this person who just, kind of like a dictator, right? They're just this powerful person that whatever. No, they're not. One thing that I could say is those people are cowards, okay? You know what I mean? If you actually put them in a dangerous situation, they're just gonna run, okay? So let their life do the work, do the justice for you. Just because the way they are, the way they behave, they're gonna create so much bad blood, they're gonna get karma, is all I'm gonna say. So you don't have to do the work yourself and get yourself into trouble, right? But you have the right to feel angry, okay? Now let me keep reading, okay? You're just talking about, I'm unleashing it on myself, okay? Like we said, I'd rather you break a cup than breaking yourself. Let me ask you this. So you said you hate certain people, right? And that anger has been there for about 5 years with a half-year break, okay? So Are those people still in your life? I know things that trigger anger, okay, or hatred, or wants revenge, usually starts. But then you either leave the environment, or they leave, or situation change, but you can still feel angry. So please tell me, during this 5 years, how many years do those people that hurt you are still in your life? Or they're already out of your life and you're just still angry? They got their life together though. Some just fade me when I try to be their friends. I totally get it. Those are not your true friends. I have to tell you, I experienced that myself, and that caused my second depression. Is friends betrayal, okay? But here's the thing. Those are the only people that you don't want them to be your friend anyway. If they hurt you, they don't deserve to be your friend unless they apologize and own up to their behaviors. You know what I mean? I know for a lot of people that are nice or kind-hearted, you think, oh, if I keep being nice, they'll become good friends, or they'll apologize at least. They will change. People do not change. It takes a strong will and self-knowledge, awareness, and a lot of hard work for people to change their bad behavior. And unfortunately, like I said, those people don't see most of them, they still hate themselves, to be honest, for certain things, but they can't change because they're too proud. Their ego don't allow them to acknowledge what they're doing is bad. See what I'm saying? So yeah, don't wait for the people that hurt you to be your friend. You don't need them, especially if they ghosted you. Screw them, okay? You can find better friends. Like we're friends now, okay? For a long time, I was just isolating myself from the world, even family. I was just doing study and other stuff, doing some art. I don't want to socialize at all because I lost my trust in people. So I totally understand where you're coming from, okay? You still want, you're not accepting. Yesterday we talked about the grief process, right? Anger, sadness, and eventually whatever, you will come to acceptance, right? You're still angry because you have not accepted that these are just not good friends and you need to let go. Does that make sense? For your own good, okay? You want to let go, okay? Try to start the process. You don't have to do it immediately. It can take a long time depending on how much they hurt you. But to be able to feel less angry, less focusing on how we can let go of the people. They're not worth your time. You can have a lot of bad friends. Okay, you can have 2 or 3 bad friends that wronged you, but let them go and focus on making new friends, new people. And just look at how many new friends we already have here, right? On this channel and on Discord. We're all playing game together. We're nice to each other. There's no bullying. There's no negativity. Okay, I'm not gonna allow that to happen. That's one thing I wouldn't allow on my channel. Okay, so let's just focus on these things and forget about whoever that wronged you. Good people all can be victims and can be ones who do the bad things. Yes, that's a good point too. So sometimes good people do harmful things too. You know what I mean? So like, let's say, okay, so let's for example, I'm a girl. I'm gonna use this as an example. Okay, so some girls are very self-conscious about their appearance, right? And some people are not. But girls are usually judged pretty harshly on their appearance. Okay, so when my family, after I reached age of 30, I gained some weight, right? So when my family said, hey, it looks like you gained some weight, right? And I'm not happy because I was underweight before and I'm normal, but I still kind of feel kind of fat because I have a belly fat now, okay? But just that as an example, right? Anyone can notice something and say something, and to me, it might be nothing, right? It doesn't hurt me, right? Because I acknowledge that and I don't feel sensitive to that. But for some people, Even someone who's super skinny, if you just tell them, hey, it looks like you gained some weight, it's a big no-no, right? So don't ever comment on that. But I'm just agreeing with Austeria's point here that good people can hurt people intentionally or not, or just by, just having an accident. Like, that could just happen. You can't make everyone happy, because even if you're the nicest person on earth, there will be something that you might just say innocently and people just take it the wrong way, okay? That, I'm just talking about small things here, Like, I think what's more important is what people do once you let them know they hurt you. A lot of people, I think, are not comfortable with confrontation. When we're hurt, we don't want to call people out. We want to give people chances for them to explain themselves or apologize, right? For a lot of us who are feeling angry, I can tell you this, we're probably waiting for an apology that's never going to come, okay? Let me say it again slowly. We are angry, we're not letting go because we're waiting for an apology that might never come, right? So I think people can accidentally hurt people for sure, but what they do afterwards is more important. See what I'm saying? If I accidentally hurt anyone, even you guys, like, I know we all joke about things and we might tease each other, we might have a laugh, right? But someone might be sensitive to something and they might be upset. So just as a rule here, if anything makes you uncomfortable, try to speak up for yourself. Try to let the people know, hey, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm sorry, please don't say that. Like just me personally, that makes me uncomfortable, right? And phrase it in a way that's not accusatory. So I think this is in a lot of articles already. So hopefully some of you know. So instead of using the you statement, like, you did this, how could you do that? Like, that hurt me. That will just make people defensive, right? That will make them harder to apologize. So instead of saying you did this, instead of using the you statement, use I statement. Okay. Say something like this. It's almost like a formula, right? XYZ. Say, I feel blank, whatever the emotion you feel like let's say, I feel hurt, when you said this or when you did this. Don't even give any judgment. Just very simple, just stating the fact. Just say that. Don't accuse them, like, don't be, you know what I mean? That will make them realize, oh, I actually did something bad. You know what I mean? Because I have times where I'm talking to a friend or family about something bad that happened to me, okay? And I just want to vent, right? And then they say something that just make me so angry about myself, okay? But instead of just dwelling on your anger or what people said that is not what you want to hear, let them know. Because a lot of the time people are thinking they're helping you, but they're actually not helping you, right? You know what I mean? Asir said, one good deed doesn't make bad people good, or one bad deed doesn't make good people bad. Exactly. It depends on the situation and what they do after. If they know they hurt you and they decide to do nothing, then hopefully you stay away from that person. But hopefully, just one thing, people can make mistakes. So yeah, but be open, talk about it, let them know, and then see what they would do. Okay. And Asir also said, and what is good and what is bad are just social constructs and totally personal views. That I totally agree too. It really depends on the culture, depends on the community, and depends on the person. You know what I mean? Like, there are just so many things that can offend people that just so just be yourself, okay? And be respectful. But don't try to be a people pleaser, right? Because anything you do or say, people can just not like it. People can just not like you just because they just don't like certain people, okay? So it's not your fault. So just keep in mind that when we think someone that's hurting us, let's first give them a chance to apologize, tell them what happened, give them a chance to apologize, and think from their perspective what might make them do that. Okay, if they constantly do bad things to multiple people, then that probably make them a bad person. Okay, and also if they commit a crime. But if it's just a one-time thing, okay, let's have a discussion with them and see if you can resolve it. Because family, friends, even strangers, they fight and then it become, things get sorted out. You just talk through things, hopefully, okay? I use Snapchat and see them doing all the great stuff. Here's the thing. Okay, let me read all the comments that you said and I'll address the appearance of social media. That's a very good topic too, okay? Some I just see on the bus. I guess that's my problem. I try to be nice to everyone. I feel so bad if someone else is bad or in a bad spot. I'm just like that, so I understand you. There's nothing wrong with that. That just make you a kind person. But be careful of who you let yourself be vulnerable with, okay? And I try to help everyone, yes. Try to help people, but keep in mind that if they don't appreciate you, okay, or if they just hurt you or whatever, make you feel bad, they're toxic to you. Stay away from them. I know it's hard for people like us to let go of some of the toxic people in our life, right? Bad friend or whatever, but you need to do that for your own sake. One thing, okay, we're not gonna define people here. We're not gonna say who's good or who's bad. We're just gonna, and let me just put it this way. If your relationship with any one person become uncomfortable long term, that means it's not a good relationship for you. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter if that person has good social skills or can make new friends or have a lot of friends on the surface. It looks like they're popular, they're good people. No, don't look into that. If you feel uncomfortable or this person keep rubbing you the wrong way, that means this person is not good for you. You know what I mean? So all seriously, so I wouldn't wait apology after you has been harmed. But if people show some action, what show they care about you, you should keep them around you. Exactly. They don't have to literally apologize to you, but there should be some gesture that show their appreciation of you, okay? I think appreciation is the key here. Like Austeria said, they might not say sorry, for some culture, people don't apologize that much or they're embarrassed to apologize. But if they show gesture that they still want you around, they still want to be with you, they still care about you, and they still support you, keep them around. You know what I mean? Seriously, and then words I don't like too seriously in that subject because words are just empty words without action in that matter. Exactly. Let me tell you this. Ausir, you're making a lot of good points too here. That I have friends who are very good talkers. You see what I'm saying? The friend that betrayed me, that caused my second depression, is a really good talker. Okay? So this person hurt me so many times and apologized to me so many times, so sincerely. I kept this person as my friend for a couple of years. Okay? Much longer than I needed, because if I didn't allow that, if I focus on this person's action instead of the words, then I probably wouldn't be in this bad place now, okay? So, yes, hopefully you get an apology, but if you don't get it in words, focusing on the action, even if you don't get a verbal apology, if they show gestures they care about you, that means they're good friends and you want to keep them around. So, yes, very good points there, Austeria. Some people, they might apologize, they might even cry, they might even get on their knees. But if they don't actually show in action that they feel bad for what they did and they appreciate you as a person, they want to keep you in their life with effort, just like you put into the friendship or relationship, then it doesn't matter what they say. So let those people go. The people that don't apologize, don't show appreciation, in their actions, let them go, then your anger can start to die down a bit, right? Then you move on. And also, like I said before, focusing on the new people, the new friendship that you make, and focusing on the nice people, and let go of the people in your past. I know it's hard to let go, especially when people are young, because cultures, movies, TV shows tell us relationship and friendship should be great, it should last forever. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes it just doesn't work. If someone make you uncomfortable long term and they're not putting the effort to keep you or show appreciation in actions, let them go. Like I said before, a lot of people that have depression, anxiety, or whatever, we're first of all, we're blaming ourselves, right, for what happened. And we're giving people too much credit, okay? Like I said, things that make you sad, make you angry, usually are because you're waiting for an apology, either in action or in words, that's never coming. Stop waiting for that. So let those people go so you can heal, and hopefully they don't hurt you to the point where you actually get the depression or something, right? And focusing on the new people that you know, and give the new people a chance to get to know you. Sometimes we take the good people in our life for granted too. It's kind of natural for people to chase after things that are kind of, if someone pulls away from you, people's natural instinct is to hang on to that, right? Don't do that. If they want to leave, if they can leave. If they need some space, sometimes you need space too, right? For some of the introvert here, you need some space for yourself before you socialize again. Let it. But the people will be there for you, and the people that's not worth your time, let them go. Don't even give them the time of the day to think about them. It is what I believe here. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you. Today is a great session too, and let's keep having fun, okay? Focusing on the good people, focusing on the people that support each other, okay? Yeah, have a good day. Good night, guys. See you next time. And message me if you need anything, okay? Love y'all. Bye.